the sunrise happens every day, and like usually I miss it because I'm in my bed. But driving and like actually getting up for it's like, dude, this is incredible. Like this is it. I feel like so often we take for granted just like the handcrafted like creation that God's given us.
Venturing off with a new idea, we wanted to discover true beauty and what that meant to each one of us. But before we get to these locations, we would need to pack up the van with all the essentials. Myself, along with Trent, Rud, Levi, and CJ, all piled in for this 3-day adventure. With all the camera gear and food we needed, we were finally on our way. First stop, Indian Canyon. So we just got out of the van after a 3-hour drive. We're here at Indian Canyon. Check out some of the palm trees and trails that it has to offer. So yeah, we're gonna go check it out. Exploring this area really opened our eyes to the true beauty of these locations. We kept finding unique ways to experience everything around us, even if that meant getting a bit scratched up in the process.
Oh, good. Hey, good save, brother.
Oh my goodness, bro.
Nice.
Okay.
Wow.
I'll take that from
Let's go, baby.
With sunset on its way, we quickly found a nearby spot to do a little extra exploring. So we just got done filming on top of the scenic lookout on Route 72, and we're headed down from that now on our way to Antelope Poppy Valley, where we'll be there for the sunrise tomorrow morning to get a lot more cool footage, and we're excited to see what happens. In the morning, we quickly realized that the flowers from Antelope Valley were not in season, and that we were in fact a few months too late. So instead of giving up, we decided to find our own location to enjoy the sunrise. After capturing Golden Hour, we are on our way to the next destination, Zabreski Point in Death Valley.
We made the mistake of not letting David drive because the moment he stopped driving, I started driving and I drove us in the wrong direction for about 20 minutes. No thanks to Rudd. He led me off astray, but we're on the right path now. We have service now, and hopefully we can get to where we're going. We're going to Zabreski Point still. Yeah, let's get it.
Let's see, I'm doing pretty okay.
You're half asleep.
I know, I just woke up. With the view of Zabreski Point under our belt, it was finally time for us to find a place to park for the night. Of course, we ended up being somewhere we shouldn't have, and were kindly asked to leave.
Any questions?
No.
All right, if you guys do camp here, it is a $230 ticket.
Okay.
And we'll be coming back. So
We'll hopefully be
make
gone
sure
by
that
then.
you are not camped here.
Okay.
All right?
Yeah.
Because I don't want to have to write that ticket. Pops back in there.
Hello.
Having a serious conversation.
Hello.
All right.
Once we packed up our van and headed somewhere we were actually allowed to spend the night, conversation about the purpose of this trip broke out. It's nice to have fun on these Passages adventures, but we can never forget the true reason behind them.
It's been good to, like, as Trent was saying, like, yeah, I don't see the sunrise every day because I'm usually asleep or whatever, but on this trip, like, we've had that chance and the opportunity to be present, like, in all that we're doing.
And I think, like, when you're thinking of, like, beauty, like, a lot of times you think of, like, okay, like, where does its value come from? You know, and so, like okay, like beauty, like, a lot of times if you're talking about, like, a painting or something, like, that's, like, the beauty refers to as a value. A lot of times in today's culture, when you talk about people, like, their beauty, regardless of how you view it, is how, like, people are valued in society. But
Right.
when you see, like, nature and you see, okay, like, this was, like, created, and, like, you see, like, how incredible it was. You saw how, like, incredible the sunrise was. You saw, like, here at the dunes, like, the sun over the mountain. You saw, like, just, like, the artwork that it is, and, like, how, like, the vast scale of it. And you also think, okay, like, that's, like, this, like, that was made by, like, the same God that, like, made us.
Right.
Like, then that really, like, kind of ties in as, like, okay, like that's our purpose. Like, we have that purpose. Like, it's just as God glorifies himself with, like, his own creation, like, he glorifies himself through us. Like,
Absolutely.
that is something that I think that, like, beauty is.
I think God's beauty is in his people. You know, you read, like, Genesis, and you see how, like, God created, and he says, like, oh, this was good, and this was good, and this was good. And they're all, like, things that we love taking pictures of. Like, we love the sunset shots and just finding beautiful views. But then he made man, and then he made woman, and he's like, hey, this is very good. And so I think it was for me just a reminder of, like, I think God's heart is, like, with his people. He, like, desires connection. He desires us to love each other. And so whether it's, like, two people sitting together having a date on the top of the dune, or some kids running around hanging out with their dad, some people kicking a ball around as friends, but to, like, hear that laughter, to, like, see life be shared and not just lived by oneself, but, like, shared, and, like, just like that, the connection is the heart of it.
The next morning was the last day of the trip, and we didn't want to miss an opportunity to see the sand dunes with the perfect morning light. Heading back home was bittersweet. We got to make so many amazing memories and experience new locations none of us had ever seen before. Our physical world is absolutely stunning, but God sees an even deeper beauty that can only be found in the connections between his people. Jesus didn't die on the cross just for the beauty of his creation. No, he died to save us, so we can have relationships with each other, but more importantly, with him.